So, I've got a few little bits left to do on the XV535. Done most of it. All the big things needed a bit of work, like fabricating handlebars. That was good fun. That was good. First go really at using a welder properly. Wasn't using it properly, just first go of using it. Making the foot peg, which is something I needed to do because of the position of the carb, because obviously I've got a side mounted carburettor on it, because I had a 2-into-1 manifold made and put the carb on the side. So two kind of major jobs, really big jobs that I got done, and I did some fiberglass in, didn't I, with the Speedo binnacle. I did that mostly because I wanted to really get away from the sort of cruiser look where you have it sort of front and centre. So I wanted to get that side mounted, and I wanted to dechrome it. So I could have just painted it, but I took the case off and I sold it, and then I just made a case from scratch out of fiberglass, which is good. And then a few little bits, but I've done so many 100 jobs to this bike now over the last few years, I just can't remember. But it's clearly not like an original. It's so different from the original, mainly on the basis that I've chopped the back off. But it's all good fun. So there's a few little things I still need to do. So this sort of the under seat tray that I made, I want to remake that because that looks bad, it's rubbish. Where I fitted I bought this really old Kawasaki ER5 Lite. I think it's probably from around 2000, something like that. So it's a lot younger than the bike anyway, because that's a 92, I think. So I bought this Kawasaki ER5 Lite and I fitted that to the back, and I had to completely restore that because that wasn't working. It was rusty, all corroded, that was terrible. And I fitted that to the back and I've mounted it on brackets that I've made, and again they just look terrible and the cover looks awful. So now I've got a welder and a few more skills, a little bit more know-how. I've had a little bit of practice doing a few things. I'm going to make a completely new sort of rear cover for where I cut the back end of the bike off, and that'll sort of double up as a mounting for the light as well. So I've got that to do. It's not really a huge amount to do. One big thing, sorry, the tank. Now the petrol tank, the top tank. So this is the year where you've got the top tank and the bottom tank. The top one is not the dummy tank, it's a proper fuel tank, but it leaks. So when I bought the bike, I didn't know it had a leak. It did only appear, I think, last year, and when I sort of took all the paint away from underneath, it was just pepper dashed. So I fiberglassed it all over to stop it, and I'm confident that'll work. But it was shocking. The actual tank was so full of rust that I acid cleaned it inside, and I think what that did is that just caused all of the little rusted up holes to just give up. So it's just pepper dashed now underneath. So it's got to go. I did completely cover the underside with fiberglass, which should do the trick because you can make fiberglass tanks. But having spoken to the manufacturer of the fiberglassing resin, and they said not advisable using this particular stuff, temperatures, etc. So I thought it's a petrol tank. I can't. So I bought another one off eBay. It's not arrived yet. When it does, I'll get that fitted, and I will fit it, I should say. And naturally what I'm going to have to do with that is take all the paint off and prime it and spray it again. So but that should be okay because I've looked at that, all the pictures of that, and the seller assures me there's no rust on it. It's okay. So hopefully that is the case, and he did say it's pretty clean inside as well. Mine isn't. Mine's like really bad. So I'm going to get that done. And another little job I need to do is, I seem to have had, when I was running the bike up and down the road earlier in the year, testing it out when I was sorting out all the electrical problems, I was getting a bit of a leak from the engine end of the final drive, and I'm pretty sure that is just this seal. So I'm not too sure how that all goes together. So I'm hoping the seal can just be easily replaced from the outside. I don't know, but I do need to take a look at it. Unfortunately, being a Brit, we typically just have the Haynes manuals, so they're not too good. Diagrams are pretty poor, explanations are pretty weak, and I can't seem to find out too much information about it. So what I might need to do is just get it all apart as far as I can, have a look at it, and then if it looks like I need to take the engine out and take that apart, I'll have to do that as well. So it is blowing a little bit of smoke, so it might even be something for the future if I strip the engine down. Anyway, that's just a little update on sort of upcoming jobs for the bike. There's nothing really major that needs to be done to it now. Just need to get it MOT'd and out on the road, so I'll probably do that a little bit later in the year coming. We're now just 29th of December 19. So I've still got the Honda CB500, which is a perfectly good running bike. So I think what I might do is perhaps swap over to the XV535 for my kind of not for my main rider really, because it's not a bike you could go long distance on, but I do want to get out and use that one a little bit. So I might let the CB500 take a bit of a backseat next year, is what I'm saying. Anyway, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed all the bits I've done so far. Hope you enjoy the bits that are upcoming as and when they appear. And you know, if you do want me to continue making these sorts of videos, please do like, subscribe, share, and hope you all had a really good Christmas, and wish everybody a very happy New Year.